Hey YouTube, Gadget Dad here. I want to give you a quick review and update on these Harmony Universal remotes. If you're in the market for it, I got this one, and I don't know the model name. Might be able to see something on here. Probably got about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if it's the Pro or the Elite. I know there's a lot of new ones now that are even more advanced than ever before. So why the heck get one of these? I think back in the day, 7, 10 years ago, a lot of the more sophisticated audio visual systems in people's homes, if you're a gadget person like me, contained a massive receiver. I know I had a large Sony receiver, and pretty much everything went through it, the video and the audio. So there was this conundrum of changing the inputs on the receiver and driving everything to the TV, and that left you with multiple remotes, one for the TV to turn the TV on, one for the Sony receiver, possibly for other things too. So obviously these made a lot of sense. I will tell you that they're pretty challenging to kind of get set up. They make it as easy as it possibly can be. There's a nice little app that helps you program it. It can integrate with a lot of other things. I know this one could even integrate with Nest, like we had Nest Cam on. It's not going to come on because this guy's not plugged in, but we could raise and lower our Nest thermostat with it. So it does a lot of stuff. Here's why I'm getting rid of it. Two reasons, two big reasons. One is audio systems don't work like that anymore. I would not go out and buy a receiver unless I really needed some really sophisticated sound. But the sound bars, like the Sonos sound bar, which is what I'm running now, and all of the other components that go with it, kind of handles all of that for you. Okay, so everything's running through it. And you can have DVD and boxes and run it through those things. So I use my phone for the remote to change Sonos and the TV, and that's just really not an issue. So I think that's one big change that kind of made this obsolete for me. And I think when I bought this, it was around $400, which is what they're still running. The bigger reason why I just couldn't use it at the house anymore was Gadget Mom. She hated it. She could not figure it out. And as easy as it is to like click the screen and say I want Fire TV or I want DVD, it was just sometimes it would get caught up, and that's really quite aggravating when the gadget kids are begging for X, Y, and Z, or you have guests over, then you need to sit down and give them a tutorial on the remote so that they could even turn the TV on, and it's just too much. So I ended up being this constant troubleshooter and customer support to everybody in my home about the remote, which is not what it was really. It became more of a pain in my butt. So I just unplugged the thing, showed everybody where the Apple remote and the TV remote was, and they were happy, and it didn't really change anything so much. So that's my big thing to caution you on is, how tech savvy is everybody in the home. I think for any gadget people, you're not going to have any problem setting it up, and it's probably going to be a fun little project for you. But the people around you are probably not going to love it as much as you. So unless you want to be the person giving everybody tutorials and trainings on the remote control, I'd try to stay away from it unless the other people in the house are pretty savvy with stuff like this. If you're a gadget person and a single gadget person, go for it. You'll love it. Works real well as long as you know what it's doing. And I'm sure the ones today have even more capabilities than ever before to potentially even control more and more of your home, which is a pretty neat thing. I know they're even getting smart and just selling kind of the hub and the app, so you're not using this anymore. You're just using your phone, which is what I do now. I just use my phone, but it has the Harmony app, so you can program all the fancy features and the cascading whatevers, and just have the hub, which makes a lot of sense. I think the other cool thing to it is you have extenders. So like I have a lot of my audio system stuff kind of in the closet behind the TV. So these extenders are nice and they work well with that system too. So hopefully that gives you a little guidance. But the biggest watch out I didn't even think about is, I really thought it'd be so simple, at least in this remote or in the app, that someone, mostly gadget mom for me, gadget wife, could figure it out. So hope that helps. Take care.